Well, we're back,
Yeah.
and I think we owe everyone an update.
We sure do.
And the update is about our Apple AirTag and its journey around the world.
Right.
So let's get into it. Welcome back to the channel. I'm Terry with Next Wave Cruising.
I'm Rich with Next Wave Cruising.
And we owe our viewers an update on that lovely little Apple AirTag. So
The big experiment.
The big experiment.
Yeah.
We put it in a package in the mail. And just to remind our viewers, or if someone hadn't seen the previous episodes where we covered this, it was November 1st when we put that package into the U.S. Postal Service system on its way to Australia to see what would happen with an Apple AirTag, kind of tracking the progress. And it would really be a nice test of the features of an Apple AirTag. So I think one of the things that was kind of surprising and fun was to see that in the first few days from November 1st when we mailed the package, that this little tag in its box took a very circuitous route around the state of Florida before it ever went to an airport and got on its way first to Los Angeles and then across the Pacific Ocean. It was really 3 or 4 days before it got put on a plane.
It was like the Eagles. It was doing its farewell tour.
That's what it was.
around the state.
But it did get over to Australia, and it resurfaced there on November 5th, which is actually much faster than I thought it might, based on history with other packages that we've sent without an Apple AirTag to track them. But we really have always sent packages out, and they go into the big unknown.
And even when we were deciding on which way to send this, we could have sent it using the priority mailbox that they have. It's a one flat rate, but that was like 3 times the price of putting it in our little brown box, same size, but it didn't go priority. And I know that it went
like first class international. And so from November 5th, we knew it had landed. November 6th, we knew it was in the greater Melbourne area out by the airport. And it was just moving from kind of building to building at that point.
Yeah, probably going through customs and everything. And
so then, what happened to it after that? Because that's really where the story left off.
Yeah, it pretty much, it bounced around a little bit near the airport, and then it went to
the south side.
The south side of Melbourne, and it apparently at that point it was in the Australian local post in their possession, because it was moving to their post office and not just in the airport.
That's right. And then it was, without us knowing it, because we knew it was in the south area, south of Melbourne, it went out for general delivery in the state of Victoria. And on what day was it actually delivered?
It was delivered on the 8th day after we shipped it on November 8th.
What a surprise!
And we get notice from the recipient and from the AirTag that it has arrived.
It has arrived. So we're really kind of shocked, because as we said in one of our other videos, first, it was amazing that it went around Florida the way it did. Second, is nicely surprising that the first country it landed in outside the U.S. was actually Australia, because we've had other multi-country experiences in hindsight.
Didn't take quite that direct of a route.
So this time it went direct. And once it got on the ground, it did have to go through some processes. We could see it moving locally, but then to know that on the 8th, which is really faster than the time frame that the priority mailbox would have given us. That was what, 10 to 14? They said, 10
to 14 days for the priority mail.
So this little guy did great.
Over $90 for this. So this one it was great.
And maybe we're lucky. We did do this experiment before the holidays. We're not during a major rush period. Hopefully some of the flights are a little bit more consistent now than they were months ago in terms of even the availability to put things in cargo and ship them. So in that regard, it was great. But this experiment was really all about the AirTag. And so the AirTag, let us know that it was on its way out for like local driving and delivery in Victoria. And then you got a notice, and our recipient got a notice that that package arrived. And I think the AirTag was in good shape, so we'll show a picture of that as well.
The box was in great shape, just as we sent it. I show you a picture of the box and the AirTag, all of the other contents that were in the box. Everything made it just great in record time.
Now, I know that you like to compare what you learned from the AirTag with what we would have typically had, which was our United States Postal Service tracking system.
And that's...
So what does it say on November 8th when you compare to the fact that Australia Post delivered it?
Yeah, I mean, now it's been delivered. And if there was a fail in this whole process, it was the USPS tracking. Because even after it's been delivered, and even now, even a day after it's been delivered, the USPS still shows a label was created. We'll let you know when we get the package. Well,
you've had it, you've shipped it,
you gave it away,
and it's been delivered. Never mind.
so if there was a fail in the whole in the whole process, it was just their tracking. The post office did a great job. I mean, they really did. They got it there in record time. So as far as the post office was concerned, that worked. But it was just their tracking system for whatever reason
on this package.
Just was non-existent. So
well, the good news is for everybody tracking the experiment with us that the AirTag has safely arrived. It tracked all the way through all the processes. We really did know every time it moved. And so maybe it'd be a good opportunity in recapping to talk a little bit about how this works. So that people who might be thinking about an AirTag for travel as opposed to their package experiment might have an idea whether this is a good investment for them to make. It's not an expensive project, to have AirTags, but
they're pretty inexpensive.
So can you tell us more about how it works?
And in today's environment where we hear so much about lost baggage and misplaced baggage and things like that, I think it's really a must-have if you're going to be traveling, especially air travel. This is a great little thing, and this is the AirTag.
So that is only what, a little more than an inch?
About 1.25 inches diameter, little disc. We'll put up a picture of it, and you have this, and it has the same type of a battery that a watch would have, or your car keys. So it'll last a few years. Unfortunately, at this point in time, Apple took the little battery gauge off of their app. So, if it were me, what I'm going to do, I'm going to replace them every year just so, they're very inexpensive. So I'm going to do that. The batteries. Right. So, yeah, you don't have to replace the iTag, but just the battery inside of it. That's, very, very inexpensive battery. And what we've also done is there are so many different little cases that you can put them in. They have a nice leather case that you can attach it to your car keys. There's all different ways.
Shapes and sizes.
Shapes and sizes. You can, I don't know why you'd want to sit on this, but I guess they have it for your wallet as well. So there's, people put them in all different locations. They put them on their car keys. Some people put them on their pets, and so there's all different ways of attaching it to whatever you feel like attaching it to. And the way it works is when you get these, you use on the Apple phone, you use the Find My app, and you activate it. It will find it from Bluetooth, and it like pairing, like you're pairing headsets, and it will pair. You connect. And then you can name them. There's all kinds of preset names that you can put in there, and you can also make a custom name. So
and that's great. If you have more than one AirTag, say you're traveling and you want to put one on or in multiple suitcases, you really would like to know which one is in which location. So giving them a name that's meaningful to you, maybe describing your suitcase, our large suitcase, our small suitcase, our backpack, whatever it is, you could put that as the name, and therefore you know which one is in the correct location, and if one is straggling behind or left behind, you also know what you're looking for. Oh, that's our big suitcase. This is what it is, and you can kind of then get really specific about tracking it down.
And then, we labeled them. We put a little label on it to tell us which one goes in which bag, because when we're not traveling, we don't keep these in the suitcase. We keep them
in a safe place.
And
then pop them back in the suitcase.
And then when we're ready to travel, we'll take them out. We'll put them in the suitcase or something like that, so we know which one goes inside where.
And we don't have to rename them. Like, we've named them once. They match up with things we have. We could change a name later.
You can always change a name.
Change an item that we're carrying. But for now, I think they really serve it well, and we know exactly which one is which. We know which one is which.
So that's very easy to do inside the app. You can do that anytime. The neat thing about these, this will work for any Apple 6S or higher. Any Apple phone, iPhone, that it's a 6S or higher.
Which really goes back quite a few generations compared to what's being sold now. So for many people, an Apple AirTag is a really usable option.
Right. And then if you have a newer iPhone, I think
what
it's
would
like
that be, 11?
11
and
higher or newer. Then they have a real precision finding, and I can show you on that, where it'll show you you know, in which direction. You know, it's 10 feet to the right. It's you know, 20 feet to the left. And it will even show you if it's on a different floor, which is really handy.
Ooh, cruise ship time.
On a cruise ship, because you know, our bag wasn't out there. It could be on the deck above, and so you'll have a pretty good idea.
Very nice.
Or it could be 10 decks below, you know.
Down in the hold somewhere.
Down in the hold, hasn't come up yet, but at least you have an idea that at least it's on the ship, and don't worry about it. But
so I think you have a phone that is new enough to pick up that precision locator, and that's come in pretty handy. You like it.
Yep, works out
That's great.
great. These the AirTags, the Apple AirTags, I think are a very good investment, and for how inexpensive that they are.
And what you maybe stand to lose in terms of the value of what's inside your travel bags.
Right.
It's really a nice trade-off to be able to invest a little, but track them now for years to come, because it's such a reusable option.
It is, and you know, I heard of a story where these AirTags were used. Not on purpose, but someone had lost their luggage, and when they looked up to find out where it was, they found the AirTag was pinging at somebody's house. So, well, that's interesting. So the police went to the house to try to find out why is that AirTag pinging at someone's house, and they found the AirTag. They also found, I guess, the baggage handler's house, and they also found thousands and thousands of dollars worth of stolen articles that were also there. So it's helped, you know, in more ways than we can even think. So.
Right, and I do think that in addition to luggage, which is our main interest because of our travels, people could put these in a young person's backpack, so that as they're moving around through the day, going to school and back, or stopping somewhere, you have a sense, if you need to, of where they are or where that backpack is. People have put them probably on the collars of their pets.
On their pets, yeah.
And just kind of kept an eye on any number of things that they want to know, you know, in their car, perhaps in some way, to make sure that their car is where it's supposed to be.
Exactly.
So there's probably some auxiliary uses that people are creative and figure out.
They figure out these ways.
But the main use is for travel, and we highly recommend it. We have said before that these are also available for the Android market, and so there is a companion product. There is a companion product that would work if your phone is a Samsung phone or some other Android phone, and you're not working on the Apple platforms. And isn't it true that, like, say with Apple in particular, it's not only phones, but someone could be going near an AirTag with an iPad, a computer, an Apple Watch, any Apple device.
Any iOS device, there is a Bluetooth signal that will be picked up. It's totally anonymous, it's secure, it's encrypted. The person that walks next to your luggage with their iPhone in their pocket, they don't know
that you even have it.
That you even have an AirTag. The only thing that it does is it updates your app that it's been picked up in another geographic location. So nobody knows who sent that transmission, or that there was even a little Bluetooth connection made. So everything is encrypted, everything is secure. So there's nothing to worry about. I don't, you know, you don't have to worry about your iPhone picking up somebody else's AirTags.
So we will leave a link below for the AirTags if you're interested in getting some. Make it really easy for you to find what you're looking for. You can buy one at a time. You can usually buy a package of 4 or something like that. That, again, if you have multiple bags and travel as a family, you want to put one in each bag. That's a very nice price point to get your Apple AirTags as a group. And then you can look up and see what the tag holders offer, and there might be something that's convenient for clipping the air tags on.
Right. If nothing else, it's certainly entertainment to see where your bag is, or isn't.
That's for sure. So we continue to put this on our top 5 list of must-take items when we're packing for a cruise, and we're really happy to have brought this experiment to you with a happy ending.
That's right.
And so, you know, cheers to Apple AirTags. They really did a great job. Now, if you found something helpful in this series of videos, including this final wrap-up about what happened to the Apple AirTag that traveled to Australia, please give this video a thumbs up. We greatly appreciate it. And if you haven't already, we invite you to subscribe to the channel. We're not always sending AirTags around the world, but we are usually sending ourselves somewhere around the world on a cruise ship. And we love to share our cruise travels with you. And if you're interested in booking travel, you'll see more about what adventures are available to you, your family, your groups, whoever might be traveling with you. And hopefully our videos will bring you some of that insight so that you can find the right match, and we can help you make the right match to a cruise vacation that will be just perfect for your situation. So if you have already subscribed, thank you. If you haven't, go ahead, subscribe today. It's free, and turn on notifications when you subscribe, because then you'll be among the first to know every time we post a new episode to the channel.
Absolutely.
So if you found something useful here, you're going to want to go to the video in the corner over there, because we have more things to show you, and we'll meet you over in the next video. See you there.
Bye for now.